Welcome to Aligning on My Time, the podcast dedicated to empowering women on a journey back to their hearts, deepening their self-love, and reclaiming their self-worth. I'm your host, Naomi Sarah, and together we'll explore the realms of mindset, personal, and spiritual development. Join me as I share my own experiences and stories, blending insights from self-study, courses, coaching, and mentorship. We'll dive into mental health and wellness, providing the tools and inspiration you need, embracing your voice and destiny on your own terms, in your own time. Let's embark on this transformative journey together, reconnecting with our true selves. Welcome back. This is Aligning on My Time with Naomi Sarah. Today, we are going to talk all about the name of this podcast, Aligning on My Time, why I chose that name, what it means to me, and just some examples and experiences that I had related to that choice. Yeah, I feel like this title, this name is literally like my life. So I would often get very impatient. I'd often get very impatient and wonder why the things that I wanted are not here yet. I'm putting in so much work. I'm doing all this stuff to get to where I want to be, but I'm having such a hard time actually having it manifest physically. I'm having a hard time, getting the promotion, getting the job. There are just so many things. And it took me a while to understand the reasoning behind it, and to let it go, and to just be okay with my timing, and to know that everything that is mine is already mine. It will get here when it gets here. I just have to keep doing my work, keep experiencing life, and being the embodied version of everything that I say that I am, of everything that I've been learning, and all that I've been taking in. So, yeah, what does aligning on my time mean to me? It's basically what I just said. So, aligning on my time means that you stop looking at the outside world and listening to what everyone else is telling you should be doing, when you should be doing it. All the shoulds, you just take them out of your vocabulary and you start from fresh. You start to listen to yourself and hear your whys, to understand them, and you begin to be okay with things taking the time that they take to get to you, for you taking the time it takes you to move through an experience, or to learn something, or to embody something. A lot of the times we learn things, but it takes us a while before we're actually living it, and we can actually share. We can actually share based off of our true experience, off of what we have lived. And that's something that I had to really do, because when I started my spiritual journey, my healing journey, I did so much learning. I took in so much information so fast. I was a sponge, okay? A new program would be available and I signed up. A new coach, was introduced to me and I was already in their courses. I was just taking in so much information, and there was a period of time where I had to just stop and just be okay with things not happening as fast for me as they were for other people, because I still had work to do. I still had to truly, truly believe that I was worthy of the things that I was wanting. I had to experience it and feel like I had lived it enough to feel confident enough to share, and to share my opinion, and to not be so afraid of what other people would say or what they would think of me. I had to do that on my own time. So sometimes when we're following coaches or teachers, we're like, okay, so they did it in this time, so that means that it should take me this amount of time to do it too, right? We're always comparing our journeys to other people's, and honestly, what they say about comparison being the thief of joy is very true. Because when you're looking at other people, you don't know what they had to go through. You don't know whether they're actually a true embodied version of what they're saying. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these coaches, a lot of these people you see online are really just faking it till they make it. They are doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Maybe they're doing some magic, some rituals, who knows? There are so many things that people do to get what it is that they have. And yeah, you shouldn't let that dictate your worthiness, your journey. It is personal to you, and everything that you're going through is for you. So, yeah, comparison is the thief of joy. Absolutely. So, last year, no, this was like 2 years ago, 2022. Last year, why do I keep saying last year? 2 years ago, 2022, I joined the most amazing mastermind full of some amazingly powerful women. And we were all learning how to better build that foundation for our businesses and to really be medicine women, sharing our experiences, sharing our expertise, and using that to help and heal those that we work with, those around us. Like, it was just such a beautiful group. And I did not yet have my business. I was in the phases of creating it, and I just was not successful. I had not had a paid client yet. I only had one client who I took on for free. I didn't charge her because I felt like I wasn't ready to charge. And it was also a good friend of mine who was going through a tough time in her life. So I was like, okay, well, actually, I didn't even offer. She came to me and was like, why don't you coach me? And I was like, okay, let's do it. And it was just so beautiful. It really cemented my reason behind why I wanted to coach, why I wanted to support women in their empowerment and them finding their voices and their sense of self. And yeah, so that was my only experience, honestly. And so I joined this group with all these women who were already like well into their businesses, were making money, had clients. And I, for like a period of time, was feeling that I wasn't good enough. That because I didn't have any clients yet, that there was something I was missing. And it kind of made me hold back a lot in the group. I felt like I wasn't at their stage yet, so I couldn't really share. And also, honestly, I didn't have a lot of experience. So for pretty much most of the program, I was just listening. I was taking in. When I had a question, I would ask it. But I really let the others in the group take the lead. And in that, I did get questions answered that I wanted, but, I felt like I could have got more out of it. And I also realized that I just had more work to do. I had to build my sense of worthiness, even in calling myself a coach and getting comfortable with the word that I wanted to use to represent myself. And also realizing that, my path is different. It's not always going to be the same as others. And, I have to get okay with that and be okay with forging my own path and taking in the examples around me as great cautionary tales or great pieces of knowledge that I can use if I ever get into specific situations. But really that I am the person who is in charge of my life. I'm in charge of my business. I can't look at others and compare myself because they have gone through different experiences that have shaped them and shaped their business and also shaped the type of people, the type of clients that they are attracting. So yeah, I had to get okay with that, to really take that in, receive it, to meditate on it and understand it, and then move past it. So finally, at the end of the program, we had an amazing retreat in Hawaii last year, and a few of us got to meet in person, and it was amazing being in their presence. I felt like I definitely took a lot of their codes. I picked up on some of their energy, and I was able to integrate it into mine, and I feel like they were able to do the same with my energy. It was just really beautiful, and even being around them, I was like, we are so different, but we support each other so well. Like, we fit together so well. Every single thing that each one of us has is necessary to create this beautiful group that we have, where we can, lift each other up in certain areas where some of us might be needing that support and not able to give it to themselves. So yeah, Medicine Woman was really, really eye-opening for me. It was challenging, but in the best way. And a really funny story from my time in, back then was, as I met my partner, another girl in the group met her partner. And like I said, I didn't share that much. So when this was happening, I was just like keeping it to myself. But this other person was like sharing all about like how great it was, all this stuff. And I was like, oh wow, like this sounds just like my relationship in my head. And, as the months went on, my relationship continued to just deepen and to grow as I was doing my work as well. And the other person's relationship went the complete opposite way. So it's like you never really know what is happening behind the scenes, which is another reason why I say you should not compare yourself to someone else, because you don't know what's actually going on. Like, just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Be the best version of you that you can be, and continue to exude the joy, the happiness, so whatever it is that you have in your heart. And that can positively influence everyone around you, instead of, people being jealous or comparing themselves to you. And also, if you find yourself being jealous and like comparing yourself to someone else, then that's also something to look into. It's like, why am I feeling jealousy? What is this person bringing out in me that, is triggering me? A lot of the times they're just, exhibiting something that we wish we could do. And that jealousy comes in because it's like, well, I want to do it like that. Why can't I? And that's where you can really question. It's like, well, why can't I? Get to the root of that idea, figure out where it came from, and then start to make those shifts in your mind about why you can't do that too. So yeah, do not compare. Just celebrate. Be happy, because if you're seeing it around you, then it's close to you, okay? And if that's what you want, then be happy, because it's almost your turn. That is honestly what I learned from that journey, was not to compare. Be okay with my journey. Everything is happening for me in the perfect time. It's happening when I can receive it fully and actually be in it and not worry that I'm going to lose it or self-sabotage. Sometimes you just need to make space for these things to come into your life too. And if we're so stuck in holding on to everything, then we're not going to have any space to take in what it is that we're asking for. So really, I had to learn detachment as well. And along with releasing things from my emotional, my mental, I had to release in the physical as well, which meant getting rid of clothes that I had been lugging around with me for years that don't even fit me anymore. Getting rid of old papers, old gifts, just getting rid of everything that is not resonating with the me that I am right now, today, and making space to make my home, make my surroundings a better representation of who I am right now, of what I want to see, of what actually makes me feel like me and makes me feel good and happy and fulfilled. And yeah, like we really have to do that on the inside first, and then it allows for things to show up in our outside world. So yeah, there's that too. I would say some advice that I want to share with you right now is really be in the moment. Stop focusing so much on where you're trying to go and just really enjoy where you are right now. Understand that every single piece of your story, of your experience, is allowing you to better receive what it is that you want. Show gratitude for where you are right now, for everything that you have, because at one point you were praying for that too. You were calling that into, and the fact that it's there is huge. It shows that you had the power, you had the ability to create that for yourself, to make that your reality. And when it showed up was the perfect time, because you can truly, truly receive it. You can truly enjoy it and be in it, instead of being worried about it leaving, instead of self-sabotaging, instead of, being unhappy with the amount of time it took to get to you. Just remember that everything is always happening at the perfect time. Everything you're calling in is already yours. And just find those pieces of happiness in every part of your life, wherever you can. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here today. It was a short episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back soon with another episode. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening today. I can't wait to talk to you later. Bye. Thank you for joining me today on this episode of Aligning on My Time. I hope you found inspiration and empowerment on your journey back to your heart, deepening your self-love and self-worth. Remember, flourishing and abundance come from loving life, trusting the journey, and believing in the universe's plan for you. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who are finding their voices and choosing their own destinies. Until next time, keep embracing your true self and living authentically. I'm Naomi Sarah, and this is Aligning on My Time. Stay bold, stay brave, and keep shining.